Back. I am now back to doing my normal stupid shenanigans, except this time, my shenanigans are a lot higher voltage, and I'm getting a lot better electric arcs, and they hurt a lot. Because right now, I am working with a flyback transformer from an old CRT television. I got tried making an oscilloscope by powering the electron gun in the CRT, but I couldn't even do that, because I am a moron. I took some parts from the circuit board of it to create a driver circuit. This is the driver circuit if you want to build this for some reason. The transistor is, it's basically the biggest transistor on the board, and you can find it close to the flyback transformer, which it looks something like this. You will need two resistors as well to make what I assume is a voltage divider. You need a 240 ohm resistor and a 20 ohm resistor, or resistors of similar value. Here's the control panel and its layout and functions. I have a button for a display light, because why not? Power indicator light. When you flip the switch, it switches over to taking power from this battery. This switch controls the cooling fan. This is the main power switch. When I turn it on, you can see that this LED turns on. It's not the brightest. And this switch powers the flyback transformer, which makes some very, very cool arcs. Let me show you what I mean. On, cooling fan, light, why not? Fire! Look at that corona. Oh my. Wow. It's very cool. So, there's some experiments I'd like to do with them, one of which is an overclocked plasma ball. I'll get that set up. Alright, so some technical difficulties. I guess something shorted out on the inside of it, and this 12-volt power supply burned out. How unfortunate. Now I'm using another one I have, which is... Oh. This had an output of 12 volts at 2 amps. This one has a 12 volts at 3 amps. Hopefully, electronics can take it. If not, they'll probably just heat up. But then again, that's what the cooling fan is for, so hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, we're back in business. So I have one side okay, I have one side of the output connected to ground. And the other side is connected to this plasma ball. Let's run it. Nothing. It's actually arcing on the inside, which is not good. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it to battery mode, because I think when it's grounded, it interferes with the power supply in some way, and it causes it to actually arc on the inside, despite the outputs being very far apart from each other on the inside. I'll have to add a 9-volt battery. If I can. Okay. And this way it doesn't do anything, which is pretty crappy. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook it up to my lab bench power supply. Alright. Somehow, I thought by powering it with my lab bench power supply, it wouldn't be interfered by grounding one side, but apparently it still does. So the corona is not nearly as big as it could be, but nonetheless, it's actually quite powerful still. Ooh. It's like Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day. In this part of the country, localized entirely in my room. And, yes, you may see it. As you just did. Ooh, I can smell the ozone. Holy crap. Really tingles my hands. Now, I want to add some aluminum foil around it. And, because I'll add some capacitive coupling to it, and I should be able to draw arcs from it. So, I'll go do that. Alright, it is now covered in a little aluminum foil, so when I power this up, it should be quite painful to touch. Ah! Ah! So it was. So, what I'm going to do is get my screwdriver. Hopefully it hurt less. Oop. Yep. You can't really draw too much of an arc, but you can draw something. Should probably turn on the cooling fan. That is pretty cool. Alright, now let's just try getting the other side and start messing with it. Whoa. Alright. Oh, they are very small arcs. Very small. That is still cool. Now I'm going to take off the aluminum foil. Hopefully without shocking myself. Ideally. Not much is going on. Alright. Ah! Son of a... If there's one thing electricity is notorious for, it's starting fires, which is why I'm going to try and use the arc to light a candle. Quite easily. Crap. No. No, crap. I don't like smoke. Even though I should probably get used to it because, you know, I work with high voltage. It's quite common. Well, let's try some fluorescence tricks. Alright, I have the output hooked up to this fluorescent tube on the sides here. I'll use my... So let's see if we can use this as an electrical ballast to drive this fluorescent tube. Yep. It's not even that bright. It's more of a, it's just a bright purple. But not very bright. See, of course I could touch the tube without getting shocked, but... Ooh. That's weird. Somehow I'm not getting shocked by that. Yeah, it's quite weird how it just glows more purple than white. But that's all the experiments I have to do with it right now, all I can think of. If there's anything you would want me to do with this flyback driver, or even the deflection coils, or the CRT tube that I got from, you know, all the TVs I took apart for the parts for this, do let me know, and I'll consider it. And I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, good for you, you enjoyed. I'm not gonna congratulate you on that because what do you want, a cookie?